Yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? It's Devin Thomas, and this is another episode of Unscripted. Oh boy, where to begin today? I don't know if you're in California, but it's been raining like fucking crazy. And, man, yesterday I went to have start a fire in my fireplace like I do every morning. And, well, at least during the cold season. And it was an absolute fucking fiasco. Look, I throw in the fire starters, I throw in the logs. I have a system. I know how to make a fucking fire. And I've been doing it consistently for like the last, 45 days. So I'm no stranger to fucking starting a fire during the cold season. But for whatever reason, this thing decided to just backfire, and my entire house became consumed in this like fucking black smoke screen. And it smelled like shit. It smelled like the fire starter fluid and half burnt oak wood. It was an absolute fucking nightmare. And so I had to like scream and tell everybody, hey, get out of bed. This house is fucking burning down. And fortunately nothing burned down. It was more, just smoke billowing in than anything. But we had to get the whole chimney sweep and all that bullshit out to the house. And the guy kind of just told us in the end it was really just the wind. We had such bad wind it blew fucking smoke back into the house. And that's that. But anyways, just a little story time. I had quite the morning the other morning. What else is going on? We're doing our pop-up pizza, which is the first time we're doing it, but we're doing the pop-up out of the house. Basically, I'll give you guys a long story short version. My brother, Stevie, had been ordering pizza so fucking much, like constantly ordering pizza every night for probably 2 or 3 months. And like I started looking at the statements, I'm like, dude, we are blowing money on pizza. Let me just learn how to make this fucking pizza, and we'll never have to buy pizza again. Well, that's exactly what we did. About a year ago, I started just trying every fucking pizza recipe I could find. And, Stevie and I, we like a good New York style. And I finally found the right, it's a mixture of different recipes, but I finally found the secret sauce per se. And we're ready to just, share it with the world. So if you are a fan of pizza and you want to try something different, maybe something you couldn't get locally just because it's just not the style. I mean, I don't know if California or Central Coast really has a style of pizza, but generally it's just a very bready pizza around these parts. There's not a lot of thin crust or New York style. If I could use like a basis for all pizzas in the area, it'd be like kind of like everything's kind of like a variation of Costco. And if not Costco, you get the fucking round tables, the Pizza Huts, the Domino's. I wouldn't even call that shit's just not even quality. I'm not trying to disparage it, but like in comparison to like a nice, artisan style pizza or something that is like strictly pizza as their business. And I'm not talking about the chains. I'm talking about like a small business. It's like, hey, pizza. It's hard to find. Notable mention, Heirloom Pizza in Salinas. They're pretty damn good. And they also have a location in Monterey. But for what we wanted something, just something different, something we couldn't find. We love LA pizza. I know when I'm down there, I love to go to Mulberry Street in Beverly Hills, Prime on Fairfax. There's a lot of good spots, even Joe's Pizza on Sunset. But look, besides the point, I think when you're spending that much money on pizza every night, X amount of dollars, I mean, it was ending up being like a couple $1,000. So I was just like, dude, let me figure out to make it. And then we teamed up on it and we figured out this recipe. And now we're going to be kind of doing the pop-up once a week. If you want an order, hit me up, let me know. It's something, we're doing in our free time. And I don't know, if you just love good pizza, come on and have one. I honestly don't think you'll be disappointed. And I think it's, something new. And on top of that, I'm quite the baker. So if we're talking food, they're going to be throwing chocolate chip cookies in there as well. I do these, you just got to try it. Look, I don't want to oversell it, but that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. What else do we got going on? Okay, so feel it all around. It's happening. We've been reading the script and it's really just tightening the bolts at this point. The weather's been shit. LA got burnt to fuck, which is terrible. And I'm not trying to go down there and shoot, some movie in public. Well, there's people with problems. It's just not the right time. We got to let the city heal a little bit and let law enforcement and the city do what they got to do to help the people who've been displaced. I kind of said it on the last pod, but like making the movie feels like such a small thing in comparison to all the bad shit that's been going on. So, let's let this weather pass metaphorically and literally with the, this rainfall, and then we'll get to it. But feel it all around. That's basically what I've been focusing like 100% of my time on, is just making sure this movie's ready to go and we can hit the ground running. And I honestly think, in comparison to Peninsula Nights, I know we talked, or maybe we didn't all talk, but I've talked about it quite a bit. Peninsula Nights took 8 months to shoot. That's a long time for the type of movie, the type of budget and restrictions we were on. So yeah, I'm hoping Feel It All Around could be done in like, maybe a 4 to 6 week period. It always sounds like it's going to be contained and perfect when you're just speculating, but we'll see. That's my goal though, is to shoot this in a much more, I wouldn't even call it a quicker pace. Just we learned so much on Peninsula Nights. I think actually shooting this movie will take much less time. But yeah, that's something that, I know I've had a lot of people asking, and that's what we're working on. Between Stevie, Christine, and I, we've really just been laying the, I wouldn't call it a blueprint, like the footwork, the foundation of what the movie will be. We've been doing a lot of wardrobe, a lot of research into location scouting, like even on the internet, because some of our locations aren't physically here. We just kind of, I don't know, we'll fly around on Google Maps and try and be like, hey, this is a spot, or a spot I actually know. Like, I've been here. This is good. This is kind of what I imagine. I'll be watching other movies and take a screenshot and be like, that's exactly how I imagine XYZ scene. It'll be like that. So really, I don't know. The way we shoot isn't like so set in stone. It's a loose production in terms of like, hey, we're going a lot off feel. Like, we know when it's the right time. Okay, like this is the scene that we're going to do today. This is the time to shoot that. Or like, we're booking it with the, intent that this will be the best time to shoot this because we know that we can get it done. It's not as I don't know how to call it. It is a production, but it's also kind of just like this ever evolving thing. We don't have a, God, what's the word I'm looking for? It's scheduled, but it's not like an itinerary. It's not like, oh, at 2:00 on Friday, we were shooting this scene. Like, of course, if we fucking get the location and that's when we need to be there, yeah, we'll be there. But I don't know. And that, I think, adds to the naturalism of the film. I think there's some sort of like, everything feels like it's just happening. It never feels like, oh, this was so forced and manufactured. And that's kind of the, gold standard I'd try and hit on any movie, is you never want it to feel forced or manufactured or artificial. It needs to feel very organic. Even our rehearsals, like, yeah, we're reading the script, but we're really reading it for, okay, is this dialogue going to work? Is this plot beat making sense? What would be better here, or what can make it better? And, when you start letting other people read the script, you start hearing things that maybe you weren't thinking about, or just something that you weren't really 100% dialed in on, or, oh, I didn't think of that. That's okay. It's, feedback's good, and that's what makes everything better in the long run. But as far as like even rehearsing, like, we rehearse kinda. I don't like an over-rehearsed performance either. I like, if the actors want to rehearse, we will rehearse. I need to rehearse because I need to know like the scene. But even blocking, it's like when we get to set, we'll fucking block it there. Unless it needs, like, it's something that absolutely needs it in a technical way. I really like to show up, get the camera out. I like to see what the actors are going to do. The actors, they know the material as good as you. I might not be thinking of something that they're thinking of. And if they need to go and do that and get it out, let them do it. Let them just go and try it. And I like to give people the freedom to do that, because that's what's going to be the most realistic thing, is whatever the fucking character thinks they're going to do. As long as, if it's a romance movie, I don't expect the character to pull out a gun and shoot somebody in the fucking face. I get it. That'd be out of character. But for the most part, people are instinctual, and like, people do unpredictable things. And I think that's kind of just how life is. So I like to keep the whole production a little unpredictable. And maybe that's for better or worse. Maybe I'm playing with fire, but I really don't fucking care, because you know what? I think we're getting a result that I'm very, very happy with and very excited with. But anyways, Feel It All Around. We're working on it. Been doing camera testing, trying to squeeze in these podcasts around all of that. So that's really nice. Yeah, it's been pouring here in California. I don't know if you guys are here, but if you're not, it's been pouring. It's been kind of even recording this right now, it's a shitty day out, and I'm just chilling in the house trying to, pop one of these out. I don't know if I should really talk about it, but I've been dealing with this legal dispute with let's just say I had a investment that I made, and the person I invested with wasn't very honest. And it's been probably about 2 years now. And basically I bought a business. I never got paid a cent. And my investment was pretty hefty initially, but the whole business has a loan and an asset and all this bullshit attached to it. And it's worst case scenario. This guy completely fucked me over, never paid me. and I had to get my attorney involved. And the only reason it's getting resolved is because I got an attorney. Actually, Stevie and I both hired an attorney, but we're going after this guy, and he basically is closing our business without any reason, simply because we got our attorneys to meet and talk. And long story short, he clearly has done something nefarious. I don't know exactly what. And man, maybe I shouldn't even say it, but like I have a feeling there was some embezzlement, maybe some conversion, definitely a lot of lost money. I mean, besides the point, that's something I've been dealing with. And conjecture and speculation aside, this guy did something bad because he shut down the whole business, and we have a loan and we have assets and yada, yada, yada. And it sounds like the world is ending, but it's not. It's going to be okay. I've talked to the right people. I've talked to my legal counsel, and it's just been a headache, honestly. Like, not making the money is like, I really could give a fuck about that. Like, yeah, of course, everyone wants to get paid if you invest in something, but I really just want the liability to go away. So that's where I'm at. That's where Stevie's at. And we're wrapping this fucking thing up. But yeah, that's been a little bit of a distraction. Thankfully, it happened during this time of the year. Like, literally, like from, I don't know, we decided to file on this guy in like December. Literally 30 days later, this thing is out of business. So like as soon as he thought we were going to be serious about legal action, he shut it down. So whatever he did, hopefully we get resolution later. But that's a little bit of the tea on the inside of the Thomas lifestyle. Not something I'm proud of. It's just something we've been dealing with. So that's been a little bit of a speed bump in the road. I wouldn't even call it a roadblock. It just fucking, nobody wants to deal with that shit. But when your future and financial future's on the line, you just gotta take care of it. And yeah, that's something, I don't know. I just feel like, you guys should know. What else has really been going on? That's pretty much it. Honestly, this week has been a little funky. The weather and the rain has sucked. And aside from the weather being shitty, I've been able to go on like a ton of walks. So like physically, I've been getting out and about. Even today, there's a break in the rain. I can see it right now outside the window. I'll be right back out there. I've been just aggressively walking. I don't know if you guys walk or, I mean, of course people walk, but I mean, I walk for like exercise. Cause like, man, about a year ago, even when we were filming P-Nights, I was a little heavier then. My back had hella problems. There's 2 months where I went to the hospital almost back to back, like in a week, or that was 1 month. I went twice rather. And holy shit, like my core's weak. So I really have like walking's been like the only exercise I can really do. And like, it's just insane. We've been getting 9 miles a day, 20,000 steps a day, but holy shit, I'm tired. This week I was tired. Been sleeping more than ever. And I think the weather is a contributing factor, no doubt, but holy shit. It's just been a weird week, I'm glad I'm getting this business shit wrapped up. That's been a little rain cloud, outside of the, literal storm outside. But other than that, everything's going really good. I'm super excited about the podcast. I don't know if you guys are. It's something new, and look, I've been doing these little video updates, and I'll probably do a video element to this soon, but I just wanted to reach out and make sure everybody, the line of communication's open, because I think it's important to stay consistent and talk to everybody and let them know what we're up to. And I mean, this is just the beginning, kind of breaking the surface on what this podcast could be, 100% transparency. I don't even really know what it should be, but if you can't already tell, it is literally unscripted. I'm just fucking going off the top and letting you guys know what's going on in my life. And hopefully I can get some more people on here. I know Stevie wants to hop on the podcast, and I'm sure we'll have guests soon. It's just a matter of time. This is the tip of the iceberg, as I said, just breaking the surface. And yeah, so anyways, it's probably all I got for today, guys. I just wanted to touch base and say what's up. Maybe I'll do 2 episodes this next week and just start having people on with me, because yeah, it's just a lot of fun, to be honest. Anyways, yeah. And if you guys do want to order pizza, you want to try and get into the movie field all around, or fuck, even if you want to order a batch of chocolate chip cookies, just DM me, hit me up. It's the beginning of the year-ish, February, and I'm just chilling. These are the slow months, the dog days. Something they don't tell you about filmmaking is that, well, actually, I heard Robert Pattinson say this, and it's the fucking most true thing. You're just waiting around a lot of the time. You are working, of course. There's creative work, writing, plotting, getting things laid out for the actual work. Because when you do go to work, you work so fucking hard, and you give so much of yourself to the project. But January and February, I mean, they feel like the dog days right now. There's just not a lot going on, which is funny because I just had a flashback, and maybe I'll post this on Instagram, but I think it was February 6th of 2024. We were still filming Peninsula Nights. You know what's funny is we were filming the fucking scene with our buddy Vince. He plays the tailor in our, when we built the set, we built it in our living room. We were looking for a gentleman's shop. Simply could not find a gentleman's store that would let us shoot, unbelievably. But yeah, I ended up building the set with Stevie, and what you see in the film Peninsula Nights for the black tie tailor shop is our, it's literally our living room. It's where we had the fire fiasco, which no one's ever noticed. Something I mentioned during Q&As. It's a nice little, fun fact. But yeah, it's just crazy that it's only been, right now, February 6th today. It still hasn't even been a year since this movie's wrapped. And I don't know. It's just always good to see your year to date and see how far you've come. So that's always satisfying. Anyways, guys, I think that's all I got for today. I just want to say thanks for listening, and I look forward to dropping another one of these next week. All right, guys, thanks so much. This is Devin Thomas with Unscripted.